आप सबके आत्मन को प्रणाम। आप सब सुखी संपन्न हो।
Thank you.
Lastly, for a few weeks, for few sessions, we are working on digestive related issues. So, or anything related to root. And I had given you in length and breadth many things, how to work out on those. You had got many mudras, you had got many asanas, you got some hand gestures and other things to work around your digestion related issues. If you have any issue related, still you think something is still left out, the subject is very wide and many things connect with that or starts from the digestive system. So you can text me or something. Now we are moving towards another subject line which relates to body pain. So yoga is a sangopang, means multilateral, sangopang. So it does not mean that body pain is not affected by digestive system. So because all endocrine glands are connected. Of course, there would be some custom-based, yoga schedule for digestion-related issues. And I connected both digestion and reproduction because it connects to root. So 5 organs: prostate, penis, vagina, uterus, ovaries. So anything related to that. But the other subjects, when we are moving towards that, they will also focus on these things, as this subject comes up. So the body pain, and as I suggested in most of my sessions, that your elemento is very important for any kind of disease, any kind of problem. So based on that, we can chalk out your lifestyle. Lifestyle means what kind of food you should take and when. As I suggested many times, I normally do not change your food habits. I change their timings when you should eat it. Food from science and yoga perspective are either simple or complex. So some food may be complex, some food may be very simple. So when we talk about sattvic ahar, so when we talk about sattvic ahar, means they are simple to break down. When we talk about tam ahar, it means they are a little more complex. So to break down complex thing, you have to do more on your part, or your system has to do more on your part. And remember, everyone's system is not same. So something is working out for you may not work out for others. Same food pattern may be good for others. Many people come to me and they ask that my sister or my brother eats a lot of fat, lot of fries, and he's not being affected. And I eat a little bit and I put on weight. So the reason is same. Same reason works for your medications. You go to a doctor and doctor thinks, this medication doesn't work for you. It may work for somebody else. or the doses, same kind of doses may not work for you, may work for something else, somebody else. So make sure it all relates to your elemento, how your system behaves. You don't have all control there, but you have still very significant control over there. You can work around that. It all depends your lifestyle, your food habits, and little bit knowledge about yourself. So that's why I said few things are very important, and that I always focus in all the sessions. Like six kind of taste. Everyone needs that. Yeah, bitter, astringent, pungent, sweet, sour, and salt. So this you need every day in your diet. So make sure if you are not doing that, you should do that. Little bit knowledge about your elemento. If you don't know, you can call me or text me, or if you see me, I can check your pulse and I can let you know what's your elemento is. This means many people ask me, should I eat yogurt in the evening or not? I say the general rule is you should not. But if you have fire or sun element in your system, like I have a lot more sun element in my system. So I can get away with that little bit, not too much, depending on the time. So any cough related elements like fermented cheese, yogurt, wine, beer. Many people ask me that any drink is allowed. And I tell them, yeah, a little bit hard drinks are okay, but anything which ferments is not allowed. So they become very happy that some sort of drink is allowed. So some of the hard drink you may get away with that, but the wine which ferments, like cheese and all other things, they are not great after sunset. I'm not saying you can take that, but during daytime it's pretty good, no issue. And you need these fermenting thing in your system. It's not that you don't need it, it's the time when you need it, because they slow down your process of digestion. So whenever cough element is more in your system, it also directly relates to pain in your body. So there are two major things in Ayurveda for the pain in your system. If physically you have no problem, if your joints and other things are okay, then there could be two major reasons. One is the chin and chen, the sun and moon is not balanced in your system. And if they are balanced, you are imbalancing it every day by your diet and lifestyle. So first of all, they are not balanced at all. And the second thing is, if they are balanced, you are imbalancing by your lifestyle. So make sure they are in sync. They would be exactly balanced. It is near impossible. Because that's why there are different kind of elements in the world. That's why you are different. That's why every human being is different. That's why your connections are very different. Your interpretations are very different. How you take things are very different. Because everyone's system is unique. Yes, at broad level, you might have some similarities, but if you go by genome and by phenotypic and both, your phenotypic also affect, means the kind of environment you live. that also affects you. So the first thing, there is imbalance. Someone raised hand. Indu ji hai kya?
Yes.
If it is urgent, otherwise we can cover in the Q&A session.
Yes, we'll cover in QA.
Okay, no problem. So make sure two things: the difference between sun and moon, or heat and cold in your system, you try to balance as much as you could. The second thing is the alignment of your back is very important for any pain related issues. So alignment, I suggested many times. How do you align your back? Most of the unalignment comes because of the kind of bed or mattress we use. So that's why after some time your alignment becomes little bit like boat pose. So an easy solution for that is, I suggested every week, lie down on the floor. Make sure it's not a hard floor, it's a carpeted floor. Lie down on the floor on your back without having any pillow. If unalignment is there, a visible sign is there, it would be difficult for you to lie down for 10 or more minutes in that pose, because you will feel little bit uncomfort or pain, more like uncomfort. So this means you need this exercise more often. So just lie down on your back without any pillow or anything. Make sure sometime you stretch your foot forward. In the same page, in the same pose, you can do this exercise. Not always, forward and backward. Forward and backward. And lie down in that pose. You can easily do it. Actually, once a week is pretty good idea to have that. The other thing you could do to remove the cuff element, because cuff element not necessarily comes from this thing, also comes different kind of diets. And it's very difficult for you to because sometimes you go to restaurants, sometimes you go to some other place. So it's very difficult to figure out exactly. And it's also, it doesn't look good that every time you're too fussy about food if you're eating somewhere else. So the best idea to sort it out is have half cup of hot water with the meal. Half cup of hot water. Not a lot. I always say hot water. So make sure boil water. It's like hot tea. Don't take a lot, just half cup. If you eat, if you drink a lot, then it will affect your digestive time. So make sure lot of water after 2-3 hours of meal. But with meal, to adjust for that, you can take half cup of hot water. The other thing you can do for pain, for many joints, there are two ways. One, I suggested you should do raised leg and also locust pose. I assume everyone knows that. I have explained that many times. So make sure you do raised leg and locust pose. I will see you once more, but next time I will ask you to do. Because I need to know you are paying attention. So I will show you once more. But there is one more thing beyond that, above that. To two postures. I suggested many times. I just want to show that people remember that. And if you don't, you can just make a note. But before that, it comes to sun and moon element, chin and chen element. The best breathing exercise for that is alternate breathing. So alternate breathing, always you breathe in from your left nostril, close the right one, always breathe in from left, breathe out from right, again breathe in from right, and again breathe out from left. So this is one cycle you should do. And I had exactly shown you how to do it. So some people are calling while we are doing the session. Please do after the session. So make sure your hands are like this. Now where you have to close your nostril, not too down, you see there is a little bit dip here in your nostril. So gently push that dip in. That way it completely closes it. Not too hard, not too soft. A gentle way. And when you do the other, use one of the fingers, either the first or the middle, either tarjani or madhyama, so that your front is open. Always remember your front is open. Ideally, even if you don't have any issue, you should do 8 to 10 times, 8 to 10 cycle. So one cycle is you inhale, you exhale, you inhale again, and then you exhale. Now many people always ask me that instead of left, if I started from right. So it does not harm you as much, and there is not much research or evidence to that. But normally it is considered, if any breathing you start from the left channel, it's safe to start. So even a little bit traces, anything little bit of that effect, in long term it may benefit you more. That's what it is. So always any breathing exercise, until unless your both nostrils are involved. So make sure you do. I have also suggested you have to keep often you have to check your solar plexus. And everyone knows that you have to align the top line, and then other lines should fall in line. If they don't, then that could also be a bigger reason for pain as well as digestive related issues. And many times, as I said, I have seen thousands of people even in this city who has this small problem, this very, very little problem, which they can fix themselves. And even some people were heading for surgery for that. So they sorted it out, and they did not have to go for surgery. So they saved that part. So if solar plexus is imbalanced, even if you go for surgery or anything for internal organs, for something, the L1 set of those bones they tweak. They try to align. That's what it is. They try to align it. But if solar plexus is imbalanced, it would be difficult to do it by surgical alignment. Surgical alignment means they should be at its place where they are supposed to be. So make sure very easy exercise I suggested when you wake up in the morning. First of all, you have to check the easy way, in Vedanta, always people align their hand and say Karagre Vaste Lakshmi, Kar Madhye Saraswati, Kar Mule Tu Govinda. There is a reason for that. It does two things. First of all, you are able to see your solar plexus alignment. No one knows. Very few people knows. They do it like ritual now, like prarthana. And prarthana has also a science there. If you read those mantra, it says Karagre Vaste Lakshmi. Means the upper part of the hand has a deity. Kar Madhye Saraswati. Another deity is in the middle. Kar Mule Tu Govinda. Deity is a way to connect you, to roll your eyes actually. So that's a big thing. Whenever don't wake up or run just from the bed. It affects your heart immediately, especially if you're a heart patient. So make sure you take some time. And the best way to take time is also you have to roll your eyes. You have to up, middle, and at the bottom. You should do on the side as well. That helps you avoid some of the issues. So if you do, you might have noticed that many heart patients heart related ailments, they die in the washroom, toilet in the morning time, or they get the heart problem in the washroom. So I'm not saying this is directly related to that. You have to sort out your heart or medication issues with your doctor, but these things you can do to help you out. That would be a separate topic to talk about heart. But make sure you take a little bit time, you wake up, go easy, don't rush after bed. You have to have your Usha Pan, the morning water. That also aids a lot in removing body pain. Because what happens, it makes your system alkaline. Alkalinity in your system is very important. And now I notice a lot of businesses came around, they are giving alkaline water. So every time there is some opportunity, some businesses grow up. So you can simply have Usha Pan to figure that, to bring that alkalinity to your system. So very easy. Make sure you do the brush before going to bed so that your mouth is clean in the morning time to take the water. That also helps in this process. Now, the one thing I would like to suggest, one posture, Brahma Mudra. But before that, one posture I already suggested, raised leg. Lie down on your back, move your leg about 30 degrees, hold there for some time, bring it down in the middle, again hold for some count, say 8 to 10 or 12 count, and then gradually bring it down. That's one thing. Breathing, I suggested the other thing, the alternate breathing. Breathing, how to do breathe, I have suggested multiple times. Like, first of all, it should be yogic pose for breathing. Yogic pose means your back head, your spine, lower part of your spine aligns in one line. Not necessary if you are unable to sit down on the floor, not necessary you have to be in the cross leg. If you can't do, that's fine. Make sure you can sit down on a chair. A dining chair with flat back is a good one for that. So make sure your back head, your spine, lower part of your spine aligns in one line. The only purpose for that is you get maximum oxygenation in that pose. So whatever you are trying to breathe in, you have optimal utilization of that. That's why it is very important to have that. Now, when you do breathing, you have to have stacked kind of breathing. That's another simple rule you have to remember. In the beginning, you have to remember these things. But once you start doing, it becomes your habit. It naturally comes to you. So stacked breathing means when the first sort of breath goes in, it stays at the bottom of your lung, and then on top of that it stacks while inhaling. Stacking means, you see that chips, the little bit, the where the last one you eat first, they stack on top of each other. So same pattern for breathing. When you exhale, so now you empty from top. Only the meaning is, when you inhale, the bottom part of lung starts swelling first, then starting, and it takes a little while for you to figure it out, but you can do it. It's not rocket science. And then you have to do the exhale from the top. Comes after practice. It's not, as I said, it's not rocket science, but it's not very easy. It comes after a little bit practice. So make sure you continue doing that. There is one more mudra, or one more posture I suggested, which called mustasana. So this I suggested many times. So make sure you keep sitting in the yoga posture. Means the back head, spine, lower part of spine in one line, and you move this forward without opening this lock. So you should not open this lock. This is very good exercise to align the top of your shoulder and spine. And you could try it. It works very well. So anyone has an upper shoulder or all those kind of pains, this exercise works very good. So while moving it out, you inhale, you keep inhaling, and you have to stretch it to the point where there are two bones on the side here. They stretch completely. You will feel it here on your shoulder, on the side. And when you have completely stretched forward, hold there whatever you could do, and then gradually bring it down while exhaling. Bring it towards your chest. Make sure this does not open. If you open, the purpose is defeated. So this way, mustasana. and while exhaling, bring it in. So these are the few things. We will continue this. I open the floor for questions.
Okay, I think first Induji had a
We have
question.
about 10 minutes for questions.
Induji wanted to know what is alimento.
जी इंदु जी बोलिए.
I just, you use the word alimento, and we use the kapha, pitta, and
Vata.
vata. Is this the same thing, or you have a different definition of alimento?
There is a little bit difference. The basis is still constitution, but Elemento divides people into more segments rather than only 3.
Yeah. Yeah,
So-
you're right, because there is a combination of 2 elements in some people.
Exactly.
So Ayurveda does not have the word alimento. That's why I asked that question.
Yes, this is not from Ayurveda. This word is invented by me.
Okay, thank you for that clarification.
Yeah.
The second thing which I just need some clarification, I wear 2 hats. I have also studied Ayurvedic medicine, and I have also studied allopathic medicine. So I wear the 2 hats here. And I just need some clarification when you say fermented food is there. Because if I understood correctly, you were saying that fermented food causes problems. And I may not have got the clear from that.
No, I'm not saying fermented food causes problem. Fermented food are very good Ayurvedic medicine actually. I'm saying the time you take. If you take a lot of fermented food after sunset, and you have an element of moon in your system, then it extends your digestive process.
Okay.
So
Thank
that's why it's not as great. But if you take it during daytime, it's pretty good. And many times like sirka, again fermentation, but it's very good for your health if you take during daytime.
Thank you for the clarification, because all over the world, every cuisine has a fermented food.
Yeah,
And the fermented food gives your GI tract bacteria, which are good for digestion and are anti-inflammatory, because all the pains, the root cause of the pain is inflammation in your body. So I am glad that you have talked about fermented food and clarified that it's good to take it in daytime.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The only thing is, and many times you kill the bacteria by putting it in oven or something. If they are clean, so it's fermented food are very good. That's what I said. Only the time I'm talking.
Thank you. And I will go as a Punjabi fermented food is the pickles they make for certain period of the year, and kanji in the winter. And if you go south, they have their own fermented foods. So I think basically, correct me if I'm wrong, Dr. Bharti, basically we have to go back to our cuisines, which were before modernization. And those cuisines were very healthy.
I agree you more than 100%. Many times people ask me what should I eat. It's very difficult to explain different range of food. So I always tell them, जो आपकी दादी नानी खाती थी वो आप खा सकते.
Thank you, Induji. Next question from Satinder Channi.
जी बोले please.
Am I unmuted?
No, we can hear you.
I can hear you. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah, that exercise which you were telling about pain in the upper arm.
Yeah.
So after getting the last COVID shot, the 4th dose, I have been having pain in the this part of the arm. Though I keep moving and I can stretch quite a lot, but not 100%. So I would like to do this exercise which you told, but I want to know what level you have to, is it at the level of the shoulder that you have to keep these two?
In front of your chest, and your shoulders are very close there.
Okay, lower than the shoulder level, right?
Not lower, close to the upper chest.
Can you see me in my video, please?
Yes.
Is
Yeah,
that the place?
there are too many lights in front of you.
I'll just, there is.
Sun.
Yeah, go ahead.
So is this the place or is this the place?
Close to your chin.
Chin,
Yeah,
close to chin?
yeah, little bit. I mean, upper chest here. Don't
So
focus
this,
too much on that. Even if it is little bit here or there, that's okay.
this,
But
this should be okay.
Yeah, that's good. That's pretty good. You
Okay.
can
And
do
you
one
go
more.
stretch it forward and you hold over there.
Yeah, as much as you could.
Okay. And then come back.
And then when
Exhale,
it's healing, come back.
exhale and come back. Okay.
You
Thank
can
you.
do one more exercise. If pain is too much, but make sure the warning point is whenever you feel uncomfort, it's okay. Whenever you hit the pain by doing that, you stop there. So there is another way you could do. Hold little bit weight or whatever you have at home. You can whatever.
Bottle of water.
Two weight here. Make sure they are very close in the weight. So both weights you bring close to your chest. Make sure you do this way, and then out.
Okay.
Again, bring to your chest. You can go to Walmart and buy those small tumbles. They're good. But you can have any weight. If two bricks are there, they are same weight, you can try that.
Okay. Thank you.
See, strengthen the inside muscles here.
Right.
Thank you.
Okay.
Next question from Gulshan and Mridula.
Please.
Good morning, Dr. Virendra. I wanted to know the difference or the the balance between chin and chan. Is it the same as autoimmune issues when the doctors talk about that? And therefore, I mean, autoimmune is pretty complex, arthritis.
It's
and
not
things like that.
autoimmune, but it does affect your autoimmune. It is not exactly autoimmune. This is basically balancing sun and moon system through in your endocrine gland or in your system. So that affects your immune certainly, because if any imbalance is there, and it is there with everybody. You always notice your one nostril is always more active than the other. Most of the time, most people have. This is natural. Your one side of your organs work better than the other. That's why some people are right-handed, some people are left-handed. It also comes by practice as well. But naturally, you have one side strong, one side little bit is you won't feel the difference. But that's how human system is. That's why you have to infuse these exercises to make sure you are balanced. I hope I answered it.
Thank you.
So can we remove autoimmune issues?
You have to do more other things, not only chin and chin. Autoimmune is a complex problem. So it should be multilateral regimen is there. Along with start with some medications in the beginning, and later you can get off those. But it's autoimmune is a complex problem.
Thank you.
Bharti,
And
sun and
I-
moon is like yin and yang in Chinese.
Yeah.
Yeah, I will come to that. Can I answer her? And
Sure.
it does not come like quickly. Autoimmune is a prolonged problem. And keep adding up. At some point, it starts showing, reflecting some issues. Then you go to doctor, then figure out what autoimmune issue is there.
Okay.
Anyway, next one. क्या पूछ रही थी आप?
I was asking the sun and moon, is it similar to yin and yang in Chinese, what they say, female and male energy balancing in everybody's constitution?
Very similar.
Okay.
Buddhists taken that to China, sun and moon, and they call their yeah, it's very similar.
Okay, we have Sushma Huja, then Uma Kaura, and Shobna for questions. Sushma
Okay.
ji.
Anji, Virendra ji, just
Wait. Sorry. And you go ahead, sorry.
oh, am I muted? No,
Anji.
I'm not.
No.
No, I just have a general question on digestive related issues that you mentioned in the beginning of the session. I missed some of your sessions the last number of weeks. And is it recorded on the ICCC website?
Yeah, it is recorded.
Can I just access them and listen to them?
Yeah, I'll give you the information after.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
हाँ जी, उमा जी, अनम्यूट कर लेना पहले. उमा कौड़ा,
उमा जी कहाँ हैं आप?
अनम्यूट कर लेना. हाँ जी, okay, go ahead.
हाँ जी भारती जी, आपने बोला सिरका is very good for you. How one can consume it?
अरे
I mean,
सिरका को खाने के लिए क्या है? सैलेड में मिला दो ड्रेसिंग की तरह,
हाँ, वो तो कर लेते हैं.
रोटी में लपेट लो. आप अलग से अगर आप चावल दाल खाते हो तो थोड़ा सा उसमें 2 बूंद डाल लो. It's very, most people use it in like I always suggest 2 things use in your salad: sirka and flaxseed powder. They taste very good.
Both are good. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Shobna, go ahead.
नमस्कार सबको. नमस्कार भारती जी. मैंने पूछना था जो आपने लास्ट एक्सरसाइज दिखाई है वो वाली, is it good, is this exercise good to do if you have tendonitis in your shoulder?
Yeah, the only thing is if you start feeling pain, stop at that point.
Okay.
As I suggested, uncomfort is fine. That's part of a stretch. But pain level, you should not go there. Stop before that.
All right. Thank you. Thank you, Jay.
I hope we are done. Let's do our prayer. May all be happy. May all be disease-free. May all see good in others. May none suffer. Sarve bhavantu sukhina. Sarve santu niramaya. Sarve bhadrani pashyantu. Ma kasyid dukh bhag bhave. God bless you all. आप सबके आत्मन को प्रणाम. आप सभी सुखी संतुष्ट.
Thank you, Dr. Bharti.